Good morning Internet and welcome to EPL Season 16 NA Special, also known as ESL Pro League Season 16 Group D Overview. As you might have seen from the title, today I will be going through the Group D of EPL Season 16, giving you my thoughts on which games you should prioritize over others. Also, today's video works as sort of a North American special, given the teams of Group D have a clear American maturity. For this reason alone, I expect this to be a great group to watch if you are from the North or South America. Ready? Let's go. Overview of Group D. Group D is played between Wednesday 21st and Sunday 25th of September. Teams taking part in Group D are Cloud9, Movistar Riders, Team Liquid, Furia, Evil Geniuses and Eternal Fire. On paper, the clear favorites to advance would be Cloud9 and Team Liquid, but that's where the clear scenarios end. Team Liquid has shown great improvement ever since they acquired Yekinda to their roster, and during last fall groups they only lost one game against Navi. It is safe to say that they are expected to advance through the group stage. Second favorite of the group is Cloud9, as they remain to be an ever so dangerous team for many opponents. However, Cloud9's results have been inconsistent in the past, ranging from first place at IEM Dallas to placement of 9th to 12th at IEM Cologne. On top of that, Cloud9 has not played a single match since they were eliminated from Cologne on July 10th. Cloud9 is likely looking to come back stronger than they ended up the season, but the lack of officials leaves us with a question mark on what to actually expect from the squad. If they start off strong, we are likely seeing a dominant presence of Cloud9, but in case they are up to a rough start, this could end up being a difficult group for them. On paper, the third place should be decided between Furia and Movistar Riders. It could be argued that Furia is the bookmarked favorite to advance, and putting your money on Furia's side would indeed be the safer guess, but I'm not personally so sold on this. It has been quite some while since the last time Furia showed their teeth in Tier 1 CS, and therefore I have some reservations on them before saying that they are going to advance. When it comes to Movistar Riders, their showing at the end of spring season was taking CS World by surprise, reaching a HL TV ranking number 6. It is clear that Movistar Riders is looking to continue their hot streak, but this might be a difficult task to do. The departure of San Bayas is likely affecting the team a lot, and it remains to be seen whether Martinez can deliver when he's needed the most. On top of that, Movistar Riders has not been playing any Tier 1 opponents since player break, and the few matches they have had since have not been showing that much of a promise. If Movistar Riders can get a strong start and find their momentum, they are an opponent to be afraid of, but if they are not hitting the ground running, I suspect them to struggle during the group. Lastly, we have Evil Geniuses and Eternal Fire. EG is looking to make any sort of statement, and indeed their showing during the NA Armor Open qualifiers was not a catastrophe many fans were expecting. However, the showing during last fall groups was not a huge showing from EG, as their highlight of the tournament was taking a map away from NIP. Most likely, EG is not a strong competitor for the top 3 finish, but I'm sure they would love to prove any doubters wrong. Eternal Fire, on the other hand, has been a grind since the player break. In total, they have taken part in 3 RMR Open qualifiers and 2 smaller events. The results of Eternal Fire seems to be consistently inconsistent. When they are doing well, they are doing well, and when they are doing poorly, they are doing poorly. I don't expect them to be a top 3 team of the group, but at the same time, I do expect them to take a few surprise victories that could put them in the contention of playoffs. Now all that being said, let's move to the individual matchups. Since this is a North America group of EPL, I will be telling you all of the game times for both EU and NA viewers alike, so it should be easier to figure out when to wake up for which games. Wednesday 21st, Cloud9 EG, 5:30 AM Central Time and 12:30 PM UTC +2. Group D starts with a sleeper of a match, so don't worry if you are sleeping at this hour. Cloud9 has their first official match since Cologne, and they could not have asked for an easier opponent. Evil Geniuses have not done nothing but disappointed for quite some time now, having only climbed to rank 49 in HLTV rankings. If EG is looking for any sort of surprise upset, that should only be due to Cloud9 being rusty after their player break. Personally, I would snooze the alarm for a few more hours unless you are really eager to see Cloud9 after such a long wait. Eternal Fire, Furia, 9 AM Central Time, 16:00 UTC +2. Second game of the day has some potential for an entertaining game. Furia is known for their aggressive playstyle, and Art is likely to go for those disgusting plays of his. These two teams have no previous matches between them, so I predict it will be a fast-paced and fun game to watch. I highly recommend this game and I hope we will be getting an answer to a burning question of which is faster, Xanthara's Peak or Art's mid-push on Mirage. Liquid, Movistar Riders, 12:30 p.m. Central Time and 19:30 UTC plus 2. Looking at the history of Team Liquid and Movistar Riders, this game does sound like it has some internal stakes to take in consideration. Movistar Riders have won the last two best of threes against Team Liquid, beating them both times in a tight 3-map series. However, the recent changes on the Movistar Riders side make this a big question mark to me. If Movistar Riders is able to deliver without Sanpeias, I expect this game to be a thrilling 3-map showdown between two teams wanting to start EPL strong. However, given how promising Team Liquid has been in the recent times, Movistar Riders will not be getting off easy. I cannot promise this game will deliver, simply because of the uncertainty of what kind of Movistar Riders we are getting here. However, if you have time of around noon, I would give this game a go. The potential is there, and if met, this could be one of the more entertaining games of the tournament. Thursday, 22nd. Cloud9, Eternal Fire, 5:30 am Central Time and 12:30 UTC plus 2. Second day starts with very similar to the first one. Cloud9 warming up with a clear underdog team. I do personally expect this game to be more entertaining one compared to yesterday's clash between Cloud9 and EG. It is entirely possible that the fierce and fiery playstyle of Eternal Fire turns to be a challenge for Cloud9, but in case the buggy team of Eternal Fire is countered by tactical and well-calculated Cloud9, this should not be a long game. There is potential for fun CS, but is it high enough potential to wake up at 5:30? Most likely not, but hey, if you happen to be awake at this hour without any intention to sleep more, maybe this game is just what you need. Movistar Riders, Furia, 9 am Central Time, 16:00 UTC plus 2. Funnily enough, a game between Movistar Riders and Furia might be just the highlight of the day. Both of the teams are, at least in my eyes, contending of the top 3 finish, so this game is a valuable one to win. There are no previous matches between Movistar Riders and Furia, so it will be hard to say how the teams clash together. I think this game has chances to be an entertaining one, and we will likely see some feisty energy on the server. This game gets my cautious recommendation, but a recommendation nonetheless. Liquid EG, 12:30 p.m. Central Time, 19:30 UTC plus 2. Thursday noon concludes with a clash between two North American giants, Team Liquid and Evil Geniuses. Now, when I say giants, I am referring to Team Liquid's skill compared to the rest of NA, and EG's roster size compared to their competitors. Since not everybody might not be up to date with the roster moves, EG has purchased 2 more additional rosters, one of which is currently higher ranked than the main roster, EGPA. EG might not be a giant threat, but their organization is surely growing faster than others. All jokes aside, Team Liquid is a clear favorite of this matchup and are likely not threatened by their North American competitor. However, for any NA fans, I think this game is one of those must-watch matches, since regional games tend to decide the current pecking order within the nation. Most likely this game won't be offering much entertainment, but I am sure EG will give their all to challenge Team Liquid's position as NA's number 1 team. Friday 23rd. Cloud9, Movistar Riders, 5:30 am Central Time, 12:30 UTC plus 2. I feel sorry for all the Cloud9 fans living in North America. For some reason, Cloud9 will be playing their 3rd game in a row at 5:30 am, making it very difficult for the fans of Cloud9 organization to follow their games. However, the opponents of Cloud9 tend to get more and more difficult by each game. Today, the opponent of the game is Movistar Riders, and they are likely offering some good challenge for Cloud9 squad. Even though Cloud9 is the favorite to take this match, Movistar Riders is not going to make it easy for them. I suspect we are getting all 3 maps here, which is exactly what I love to see. However, don't feel pressure to put your alarm early in the morning. Even if you're trying to see Cloud9 play, their last 2 games are both better and they both are at a better time than these early morning games. Eternal Fire, EG, 9 am Central Time, 16:00 UTC plus 2. Second game of the day is arguably between the 2 least likely teams to advance to playoffs. This doesn't mean that this game has no potential for any entertaining game. On the contrary, the games between bottom seeds usually has lots of mental importance for both teams. Losing means you are likely the worst team of the group, while victory at least ensures that you can put up a fight. Hard to say whether this game turns into a 3-map showdown, but I do think it will be a fun game for anyone having a slow morning. Liquid Furia, 12:30 PM Central Time, 19:30 UTC+2. Friday's games finish with a banger. Team Liquid facing Furia. Historically, these two teams tend to offer entertaining games against one another. It is almost as if there's a bit of a rivalry between Team Liquid and Furia, which offers some great times for any CS fans, no matter whether you are from NA or EU. Even though Team Liquid is the favorite to crush Furia, you should never underestimate the Brazilian squad. I might personally not be sold on the current state of Furia, but I expect them to give their all to take down Liquid and assert some dominance within the NA and international scene. Despite my reservations, I still end up highly recommending this game, as it could turn out to be a long 3-mapper with potential overtime in play. Saturday 24th. Movistar Riders Evil Geniuses, 5:30 AM Central Time, 12:30 UTC+2. Saturday starts with an interesting game. On paper, the names on the servers are likely not evoking any emotions, and thus it might not seem like the most interesting game to watch. However, I suspect EG wanting to really show what they can do during the EPL groups, so they could, in theory, challenge Movistar Riders. This is definitely not the best game of the day, but if you just got home from your Friday night partying, you might find this game enjoyable to watch. Just don't feel bad if your bed is looking more inviting at this time. I would likely choose the bed over this game too. Liquid Eternal Fire, 9 AM Central Time, 16:00 UTC+2. Second game of the day is not exactly high priority game either. Eternal Fire goes against Team Liquid, and even though Eternal Fire has potential to be a strong opponent, this game should be a routine victory for Team Liquid. If you have an option to either sleep in or wake up early for this game, I recommend sleeping in. Cloud9 Furia, 12:30 PM Central Time, 19:30 UTC+2. Last game of Saturday is match between Cloud9 and Furia, and this is another game which I would consider being a potential banger. Cloud9 and Furia have faced one another only once this year, and that game ended up being a duo victory for Furia. Cloud9 should be awake and on their full strength after having 3 practice games earlier, so they should make this match worth your time. It is likely Cloud9 beats Furia 2-0, but the potential is there for an upset. I highly recommend this game, and even if it were a quick 2-0, it would most likely not disappoint a casual viewer. Sunday 25th. As always, Sunday games are all played at the same time. 12:30 PM Central Time, 19:30 UTC+2. The games of the day consist of Cloud9 Team Liquid, Movistar Riders Eternal Fire, and Furia Evil Geniuses. Similarly to groups before, it is not a bad idea to watch a game with most stakes involved. In case two teams are batting for last position to advance, or perhaps your favorite team is in a tough spot with a must-win to make it to playoffs. These are the kind of games you won't be disappointed with. That being said, one of the games does stand out above the others. Cloud9 Team Liquid. No matter how we twist it, this game has the most potential for a great match. Arguably, Team Liquid and Cloud9 are both the group favorites to advance, so in theory, this game could be what decides a group winner. These teams have also played one another in the past. This year alone, Team Liquid and Cloud9 have faced 4 times, and only once has Team Liquid been victorious over the Russian squad. However, since the addition of Yekindar, Team Liquid has been showing great improvement, and beating Cloud9 would definitely be something the team would love to do. I expect this to be an interesting game, which should be worth your time. Even though Cloud9 might not have North American players in them, a match between the best performing NA squad and potentially the most well-known North American organizers is a fitting end to a NA heavy Group D. To sum it up, here are the top 3 matches which I would recommend you to watch if possible, as well as my sleeper game of the tournament. By a sleeper pick I mean a game which might not look interesting on paper, but which I predict surprises us by its intensity. The top 3 recommendations are Cloud9 Furia, Cloud9 Team Liquid Furia. In general, the rivalries between NA orgs or teams should offer all of us great CS to watch, and I predict these specific matchups to be highly worth your time. Of course, these are not the only games I would recommend you watch, but since many of us have busy lives, narrowing the list down could help you spend your free time as well as possible. Finally, the sleeper pick of Group D, Movistar Riders Furia. I think both Movistar Riders and Furia have an entertaining way of playing CS, and when we put two teams with lots of spirit in them against one another, I doubt we are left disappointed. It is entirely possible that Movistar Riders' new roster doesn't reach the heights of the previous one, thus giving us a quick 2-0 victory for Furia, but if this Movistar Rider shows up on the server, this game could be an entertaining one. This concludes my guide on what to watch during ESL Pro League Season 16 Group D. I thank you for watching this far, and I hope you have enjoyed the content. In case you liked the review, please let me know by liking the video or leaving down a comment. In case you did not find the review to be useful or entertaining, please let me know by disliking the video or leaving down a comment. If you would like to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe for more content in the future. I will try to give my thoughts about the players of ESL Pro League, and I hope to see you there. All that being said, thank you for watching and enjoy the tournament.